All right. Good day, folks. September 26th. This is about 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're looking at Sol. So Sol had quite the run up for this year. And you can see it broke $200 US and sort of came back down, right? This is really significant because it actually got rejected from the resistance. So it wasn't able to break free from its previous resistance. And it's probably going to sit around the demand zone, right? So that's what this chart is telling you. And just looking at this for the first time. So the thing is, the trend, we're still ready for October, an amazing October, November, and December, right? So we really haven't seen the full massive bull market, like I think what was witnessed and observed in the past. So that hasn't happened yet. So September typically is a kind of a negative month, a red month for Bitcoin. Red in the sense of the best time to buy, the most opportune time. We're still expecting 5 billion people to come into the space over the next coming months and years, right? So as soon as it's made available to the masses, it might take people generally a while to say, hey, I know this is an option from a bank or trusted source, but maybe I won't go into it. So there could be that, but they definitely will have the opportunity to participate in the Bitcoin ecosystem. So once that occurs, it's like rising water, it lifts all boats. So yeah, Sol is something to note. Could be a buy zone, and we have another trajectory here. Some say Bitcoin could actually, move down a few notches, and if that happens within the last week of September, it could be understandable. Back in 2017. There was something similar to what you see on the chart here, such as they had a 40% drop in Bitcoin. So that was in probably mid-September 2017, and we all know what happened after that. So Bitcoin itself, did amazingly, went on to do amazingly well, and including the altcoins, right? So something to keep in mind. Wanted to make this video short. Bitcoin Cash, and we can see here, drop fiat and use Bitcoin Cash. So yeah, this is from a friend of mine. I follow this person very closely on Patreon. Crazy for Cryptos. So Digital Dave, he's been doing an amazing work, and he knows a lot about the reasons why Bitcoin Cash is set to gain a lot from this upcoming bull market and as in the future, right? It follows the same patterns of Bitcoin in terms of the halvening. It's very widely adopted. It's already used by many merchants across the globe, including most recently that you may know of and be aware of, AMC Theaters. So it's making its name up there, and it's different than Litecoin. So it's something to keep in mind. But this is what I also wanted to draw to your attention. So essentially there's debt tyranny, right, which is represented by fiat typically, and this is what this article or is trying to depict. And Bitcoin Cash is wealth, justice, and peace, right? So it's got the store of value such as Bitcoin. It's got transaction speeds such as similar to Lightning Network that Bitcoin now has, but that is a more centralized solution. And a lot of people are saying that it takes away from what Bitcoin was designed for in terms of decentralization. Now you have the Lightning Network with centralization aspects of that, and only time will tell how that Lightning Network and traversing financial data on that network can be capitalized by governments or other institutions, right? So you're adding another second layer on this solution to make something, high-speed transport. So it's like, think of it like a highway. You want to expand. You notice that there's cars and there's trucks. So maybe you want to split trucks into one lane, fast cars into the other lane, that type of thing, right? So now they've added this pipeline for the Lightning Network, so you can transact BTC over this very fast network. But it's like adding a different layer, one that is sort of centralized onto something that was really meant to be decentralized. So I'm not the expert on it, don't get me wrong, but this is what, on the left side of the screen here, the dollar is represented by debt, tyranny, war, all these things. Bitcoin Cash is in limited supply, was a hard fork of Bitcoin itself, one of the major hard forks that is well adopted globally today. And I think I see that continuing. So as a store of value, as something that you want to transact with in future, if you're shopping on Amazon, right, Walmart in the future, this may definitely be an option to use and transact for these institutions, right? They may come to a point where they realize, hey, maybe we should utilize Bitcoin Cash more than Bitcoin itself over the Lightning Network. So time will tell. In anything in life, there's always, positives, pros and cons. So we'll see what happens there. So that's it. Thanks for listening and watching, and hope to have something else for you soon. But we're going into the latter part of this year, and it's going to be very exciting. We are history in the making. So you might see a lot of FUD for the next week or two, but stay positive, right? This is a long-term, 2, 5, 10-year type of plan, right? So you're seeing something, you witness something evolving. So it'll go through some ups and downs, just like Amazon did. Amazon went from $100 to $11, way back in the day. And now it's like over $3,000, right? It did take 20 years. Who knows how long crypto would take, but, we see long-term. So long-term means, yes, 5, 10, 15, 20. It's setting the base and setting the foundation for the next 20 years, right? So this is, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is a good opportunity in terms of technology for the younger generation to get involved with. And this is why regulations are necessary. They could be a delay of some sort sometimes, but it's necessary for the greater adoption that it's. Anyways, folks, thanks. That's it for now. Signing off.